It's also a matter of individuality to say what as an individual, you are within a group, you were able to pick out those people. So as you pick out those people who would go to fun every week, every weekend, they were actually smart. Most of them on my end, they did graduate because it's like you see them out there thinking, okay, we're all playing. When I'm back at home, they're chilling. But when they get home, you don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. Hello, hi, Dumelang Ditsala, and welcome to the Young Heart Podcast. I'm your host with the most ISA, golden child to some, and I'm not alone. I'm not the one and only, the amazing, the ultimate co-host.
It's your girl, Tina Wagandevele, as Kulumeni Arabueng. Let's talk.
Yes, sir. Now, if you don't know what Young Heart is all about, this is where age is just but a number and fun knows no boundaries. So whether you are 10 years or 50 years, hey,
Young at heart.
Yes. So, Tina, how are you?
I am good, ma'am. I'm feeling good. I'm from church.
Yeah?
Blessed. How are you?
I'm good. It's nothing.
That's not convincing.
I can't complain. Shame. I can't
Okay.
complain. Yeah. So today I want us to start off here. Random facts. Yeah. How old were you when you knew that, or when you discovered that?
That what?
Okay. Here we go. How old were you when you discovered that the word goodbye means God be with you? You know, every time we part, I get someone says, okay, goodbye.
Yeah.
Yes, God be with you. That's what it means. So let me read it, right? It says, goodbye etymology, right? It dates back to the 16th century. It actually comes from the phrase, God be with ye. Over time, this word was contracted by God be with ye, G-B-W-Y-E, right? God be W-ye, I get. And then, so we use the word today as goodbye, but it reflects a wish for God's presence and protection upon parting ways.
Oh, no, that's a beautiful explanation to the goodbye. I think it's today that I found out.
It's today.
It's
Today, yes.
Today, yes. That's a beautiful explanation for it.
Okay, second one. Did you know that the Volvo was the first brand of cars that introduced seatbelts?
So before we were just cruising.
Yes,
And
before we were
protection.
just cruising, but Volvo then introduced that feature of, or rather, Volvo pioneered that thing of having seatbelts in vehicles. So safety first. Until there be safety out there. Volvo needs. So third one. How old were you when you discovered that steel pot scourer has a skirpoto? We usually say skirpot again, but it's called steel pot scourer. So a steel pot scourer is a kitchen cleaning tool. You know that one, the stainless steel mesh used to scrub pans, you know?
Yeah, and everything.
Pens. Pens.
Pens. Oh, with the scarf.
Yes, and other cookware, right? So imagine I hello Ramatori. Yeah, it's like Yaharaka steel pot. No, it's in skiripoto. I'm educating you here. But
Still pot.
Steel pot scourer.
Now that you say it, my mom actually says scorer. So which is which?
Okay, pronunciation. I get it's a quarter like mihela. Steel pot scourer. Okay. Imagine you go to the shop where I can imagine okay, I want to get a steel pot scourer.
Like what's that?
But somebody shop yo hey
looking for a still pot scar. What's that? And now you're looking so out of place. Like,
yes.
These people are not understanding what I'm saying. So, skiripoto.
Now, how old were you when you realized that it's Picky, maybe mine, somehow, somewhat, be my gentleman. Isn't picky, Madeline? Isn't picky, Mabulani, sala, gentleman.
Yeah, ne?
It's what? Picky, maybe mine, somehow, somewhat, be my
also,
gentleman.
when you say it the right way, it's a tongue twister. So we go to
It's
the
not.
short way. Okay, say it like that fast. Without even looking on the phone. Exactly. It's a tongue twister.
So yeah, those are all the facts that we have today. Random
interesting facts for today. Those are really interesting. I like the goodbye one.
Goodbye, yes.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't know about that. Let's still skiripoto. I wonder what di ba na batsa mafoko.
In the native language, it is.
Okay, let's get into today's topic.
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Today we're doing a freshman guide for Varsity for our first years.
University students. How are the applications going, guys? I hope it's going good.
Hey, apply.
Very too.
If you have, the points did increase.
I'm not sure. Are they increased or decreased?
Sure. 36, eh?
36.
Okay.
31 obviously.
31.
31.
Obviously.
Okay.
Okay.
Like catering for everyone.
Okay.
That's a good thing.
Okay, so freshman guide to Varsity. And in this episode, we're going to be doing 4 parts: academics, group life, friendships, and mental health. Type shit. And lastly, a dark side of Varsity. I think there's always the best of both worlds. Like there's the good and the bad. We need that balance. And there is a dark side to Varsity. And we've got you covered on all fronts, guys.
Because we've seen it.
Yeah.
From experience, eh?
Speaking of, graduate. Then what did you do?
You are as well.
Yes, I am. What were you doing?
I did international finance and banking.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Self-employed.
So, did you have any expectations going to Varsity?
I did. You know, when you're in secondary and you look at the people who are ahead of you, the fun they have, the freedom they have. So I was like, okay, I want to go to university. I want to experience what they're experiencing.
Yeah.
So for me, I didn't really put much thought into the academic side of university, but rather the fun and the freedom that I would see from the grown-ups when I was young.
Yeah, I remember I was in high school and then someone said to me, I was chatting with someone, I was frustrated with going to school every morning, but to high school.
Exhausting.
Dog, you have homework every day. It's due the following day.
And you knock off at 4, you get home at 5, you have to do other chores.
You have to be a child at home, you have to cook, you still have the homework to do. So I spoke to this person and you know what, it's fun in Varsity. I can go to school at 10 a.m. I was like, 10.
I can choose not to go to school at all.
When I'm 10, okay. Now I'm looking forward to Varsity. And then the second part was like, you can choose when you want to go. On some days there's no school, actually, there are no lessons.
Once they tell you that, you're like, okay, now this is what I'm looking forward to.
Exactly. So that's the freedom aspect of it. I was looking forward to that. I was like, okay, fine, I'll get to,
be myself, go to school, not go to school, no homework.
Yeah, but
Sunny.
So guys, number 1, let's set it. Number 1, you're at school to learn.
Most importantly.
Yeah, that's especially private students. Like your parents are paying an arm and a leg. Please, you guys are at school to learn. Get that degree, bag it. Right?
When you're talking about that, these private students and these public students.
But
obviously, as a public student, you know, I'm not saying, but that you shouldn't even relax because at the end of the day, that's someone's efforts covering your education.
It's a loan.
You're going to have to pay back at some point.
Yeah, you're going to have to pay back, even if it means after, because there are situations where people think like after Varsity, you don't get a job immediately and then you relax.
Thinking I'm not going to pay the loan.
Things always look brighter. There's always that
glimpse at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're going to get a job. About 10 or 50. Unzule mo pensioning ya. Ministry wa go tsama dia yona.
Probably that's the second loan of life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Loan started grade 1 up to where you borrow one from That's how
Carry wide.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
That makes sense. So, guys, don't forget. Just go to school. It's such a privilege also to go to varsity.
Extremely. And also, you know what? When we talk about the privilege, I'm thinking in many countries,
Yeah.
Botswana is one of the countries that sponsor education. How lucky are you guys to have a free education?
True.
Sponsored fully.
True.
Even it's like you're paid to attend. You're given an allowance. But every other country, even some of the richest countries, they don't cover that. So
Yeah.
you're very much privileged, and take advantage of that and do the best you can.
Yeah, I think second point would be time is money. Respect time.
Time is of the essence.
Yeah. Attend all your classes well on time. Ha ke go aketse. O bona class ha e tsena ka 10, tsena ka 10 le wena. Actually, be 10
than
minutes
that.
earlier. Yeah.
Just like how you would go for an interview, you wouldn't wait for 10.
Yeah.
You are probably there 30 minutes, an hour before.
And read ahead of time. I
That
think
is
that's
important.
most important. Read ahead. I know. I mean, first years, you think that it's easy. Hey, what to say, but nail it.
And I think they have the perception now where it's first year, it's easy content. Even if it's easy content, it's still easy to fail. Because you're relaxed saying, I'm going to study this 2 days before. Maybe it's a module in economics.
Yeah.
Form 5 you did economics. You're thinking, it's the same thing I covered.
True.
But still, that element of application and content, you still need to read ahead. You still need to remind yourself, what the way I
Apply
answered in
yourself.
secondary is not the same way I'm going to apply myself
True.
in tertiary. So read ahead, understand your content, and prepare.
I think when you speak about that, it takes me to what kind of academic are you? You have to understand the kind of academic that you are.
That's very true.
Personally, I know that, guys, hey, pressure works for me. You want to have some pressure, nyana? I don't like relax. I have 2 days left. I'm there. I'm telling
you.
you.
Are there reading.
What
flipping
kind
the
of
pages.
yes? What kind of academic were you?
For me, I gave myself time. I was not one to read 2 days before.
Okay.
Like at the beginning, you know how some lecturers would give you the notes a week before to say study ahead. If you want to study ahead, you have group study if you want that.
Yeah.
So I took advantage of that. The
Library
minute-
studies. Can't think more.
Funny enough, I only went to the school library once in 4 years. Once. Because for me, I felt like studying in the library, it was too quiet. I'd rather, my thoughts were too loud for the library.
environment.
So I was like, you know what, I'm okay within classrooms. I'm okay at home. So it worked for me.
So understand the type of academic you
you
are.
are.
I had 6 modules that I was doing.
That's a lot.
It's a lot, né? And they were submitted same week. 6 modules. So
And
you
yet
think
you work best under pressure.
yes.
Oh no.
I'm
6.
telling you, you think you have time. So what I used to do is that immediately had to hear a topic, I go, because one thing about researching as well for your assignments is that you're going to go through a lot of junk on internet.
That's true.
Yeah,
You have
you're going to go through-
documentaries, you have actual books, you have short stories.
Then comes the referencing.
Referencing, guys. Reference.
You tlatsa 0, I kid you not, reference well. And then also, khonale specific websites that
You have
are
to- that are
credible.
Yes. You don't
So
just use any.
your Google Scholar, even more Google Scholar, you're going to go through
need to-
all that junk. That's
Because
one
you
thing
have
I
to
didn't
search
like.
for probably documentaries that are not Wikipedia. 'Cause they're
Yes.
like,
Don't
ever
get things
use
from
that.
Wikipedia, guys. It's a blog.
And it always has everything.
It's shortcut. Wikipedia is it's a blog, guys. Someone can just type in there about poster.
me as
It's-
Tina Wagandebele, I can literally just put something, my opinion,
Yes.
just there, and you can think this is credible, but it's just me sitting in my room putting it out.
expressing your thoughts. No, on God, guys, please use Google Scholar. I don't know which other one you can use, but I know for sure I use Google
You
Scholar.
can use textbooks from the library; those are very much
yes,
trusted.
yes, yes.
If you don't like the library, be friends with it. University, you're gonna need to be someone who's big on reading and research and just following up on the information you hear from the person next to you or whatever. You don't just take that word for it.
Good point.
Follow up on that.
Good point. Guys, in life, o tlhoka ditsala. Ke a go bolelela, no man is an island in varsity.
Never.
No man is an island. Find that friend o e leng gore o nna attenda di-class so that you get short notes. It's very important because how o tsena ko varsity o re ditsala And for sure, let me tell you one thing. You're going to start off Lily a crew. Yeah, la go simolola le a crew, a very big one. Let's mogo la emelana after classes and stuff. Wait until the semester goes on. Go nna thata yaanong, e le gore o le third year yaanong,
Hey.
you are the one now cutting them off.
And also, before even being a third year, you
Yeah.
need to look at from the first year to the second year, you were a group. How many of you proceeded to the next level?
That's
another huge factor. That's
Yeah,
another
but-
huge factor. Guys, people take this FD, fail and discontinue thing so lightly. But it's so huge. Like right now, I look at a couple of individuals who got the opportunity to start as first years with everyone. Where are they now? They ended at first year. And
Ne ba tshameka.
it's so sad because it's going to take us to our last point of mental health. They started well, but now their mental health, where they are now,
I get it.
it's sad.
It's so low.
It's sad because we have the same opportunity at the get-go, but the finish line is on everyone who gets the chance to get there. But we all had the chance to get there.
Ish. Guys, so
sad reality.
please, when we start off hella as friends, hella ba go bona go le monate, go na le, because I'm thinking about ngwana o tswang ko Mau, right? So ngwana o tswang ko Mau, it's very hard for them to navigate hard and in the city.
In the city of lights,
Yes.
they call it.
Gaborone o motona, I'm telling you, first life ya Gaborone e tla go tsa. Ha o tswa Mau tsena mo Gaborone, and you get that culture shock, please value those values that your parents instilled in you. Never satamik.
Easter, where's Mom?
No, it's a valid question. Botswana is a big country.
It sounds like you're saying Mahu.
Okay.
Oh,
Guys,
okay.
ha se Maung, ke Mau. Yeah, that's how it's
Pina
pronounced.
location.
Hey.
Pina location.
Hey.
Mau ke kae?
Ke Mau. It's not Maung. 'Cause
Where is it exactly? in
you
the
probably know it as Maung. Yes, it's Maun. Is this a spelling bee or what?
Most people say Mau.
Most people say Maung like
Yeah.
yourself, but it's Mau. Yeah. So guys, you get to the city lights, otswa Mau, you get that culture shock. Yeah, gore go na le the cool kid. Go na le yo e leng gore o nna ela dule, they have stories
The
for
fashionista,
days. The
the
fashionista.
Influencers.
Don't lose your morals that were instilled by your parents. If you are humble, stay humble. It will help you.
It takes you a long way.
It will take you a long way. Ele batho ba tsamaya ba gore ba re ka Friday go na le groove hewe wena sala. Go to your books. I'm telling you guys, go and study. Happy do your work well on time.
But in as much as we can tell you what don't go there, they're always gonna want to go there. In so doing, you need to find a balance, right?
Yeah.
So you can explore all those places you're seeing there, but don't forget where you're coming from. Your background and the goals you had before coming to university, they still matter.
True.
They still matter because you come in with a plan. Even if you come in without a plan, don't be the kind of person in wherever the wind blows. Guys, that's dangerous.
And go na le a few places in Varsity. I think UB has Vegas. You know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and we watch. You know what I mean, guys. What kind of activities? I had this friend, graduated
Yeah.
because they were focused, right? They managed to graduate. Haruna right lasting. Classes and I got 2. Haruna right lasting. Wa go ntle wa go reka whatever. Ha tswa ko ntle. O tsamaya bua le batho botlhe tsela yotlhe e ka re nako ya tlase ha ya
Hello,
tšha.
hi to everyone.
Hello, hi to everyone. O tsamaya tlotla le bone. Hele gore o checka le bottle la go itlhela gore I need some water. Ebile o boela gape ko thepeng. Wa gore hitlela re ntse re le mo tlaseng. The test o na tsena late.
But I pass.
The exam na tsena late. A pasa. So, how can I understand the type of academic you are? I really mean it. And then you have those Baba Yang go Vegas. In Limco, we had this place. Maybe okay. Gaza. Gaza, you go. Go here, the smokers will smoke there. I get it. So, the smokers will smoke, and those guys, they are smart.
Yeah.
They understand that how they recharge.
By charges.
They're literally just recharging themselves. But that's,
But that's, that's maximum focus for them.
it's maximum focus. That's the thing.
Yeah, ne?
Yeah. So guys, nah,
Oh, which
you'd never find me
category do you
there.
fall under?
Oh, funny enough. Nah. Okay, I used to go to school. Thank you. I'm a graduate. Finish and klar.
Done.
Let me tell you. I used to go to school well on time. I was always 10 minutes earlier. I used to go with this. Okay, I had this big crew that I used to go with, and then second year, when I was tshameka thata, tshaga thata. Ai, ga ke mo tlhoke nna. Dira assignment o ha diri wa nna attendile hela nketsa di short notes mo go ene hele gore I'm late or I need clarification somewhere.
Yeah.
Let me be this person's friend. I get, and then I realize gore it's not going to work out in the long run. I don't need this relationship that we have.
I think when you talk about what thing, it's also a matter of individuality to say what as an individual, you are within a group, you were able to pick out those people. So as you pick out those people who would go to fun every week, every weekend, they were actually smart. Most of them on my end, they did graduate because it's like you see them out there thinking, okay, we're all playing. When I'm back at home, they're chilling. But when they get home, you don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So it's like everything you see at face value is not what's going to be happening behind the scenes.
True.
So play with them as much as you want to play with them, but know that at the end of the day, everybody has goals and they're not going to tell you what their goals are and what they're doing to work towards the goals.
That's true.
So define your goals, work towards your goals, and just be an individual before you're a groupie.
True. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Yeah, so I was this kind of person, saying earlier before time, 10 minutes earlier, and then immediately at last says, I'm gone.
Yeah,
I never wanted to.
No mingling.
I kid you not. Immediately I'm gone. That was me first year,
Those
second
who know
year.
you are saying no.
In high school, they call you guys nerds, yeah?
I used to be that. No, but I wasn't a nerd. You know what was the thing? They used to ostracize me. Like, I was an outcast.
No, you were not. The time I was there in high school with you.
No, I mean varsity, not high school.
Varsity, yeah.
Varsity, I was an outcast because I was driving and stuff. You know, once you drive, car is currency.
I think also that's when you're saying an outcast, I think maybe we can look at it to say some kids who have privileges higher than others ashamed for that. It's like you come from a family that has almost everything you need or want as an individual, and we shouldn't blame people for having what we don't have in our lives.
That's true.
Just because Issa has what I don't have doesn't mean I should hate her for it. Her parents were able to afford for her. Beautiful for her. What's mine is gonna come at a certain point. Let me be. Hey, motswadi o bereki.
Okay. Wait. I was filling in some important forms. You know what? Father. How father le mother? Not applicable. Not applicable, no. Please specify.
I can already see it coming.
So, go father, obviously, I get lines. Not applicable. Please specify. Papa was a rolling stone.
That's
then
fine.
I asked my mom, Mama, okay, can I give a usudi? Death certificate. We get okay. No, like you call it, Papa was a rolling stone.
After all, how do I get the rep?
But lastly, right, I think varsity is a good place. You'll find yourself in the most amazing, beautiful way ever because you're your own individual. You get to learn to connect with your own self.
That's true.
And separate yourself from other people. You choose people you can mingle with. You choose some lecturers that you see are important. Kana some lecturers
They will just give you a whole lot of lecture notes and you have to figure it out on your own.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
that's
it
true.
gives you that groove. Dance to the tune, but make it yours.
And also within the varsity, we can talk about a lot, but then just to say it briefly, you're going to come across what we call blessers because you are away from home. And being away from home, that exposure, you don't really care if I go there, come back late, no one is going to tell me anything.
Yeah.
And the partying, there's going to be drugs, there's going to
Dark
be
side of
alcohol.
varsity.
Just the deep dark side.
Yeah, I think the worst for me was when I found out that a lecturer can actually shella you.
That's actually so real, dude. But in any case, what actually happened?
Dude, so like a lecturer, apparently I was told that I rejected him publicly. I didn't know that I was rejecting him. So what had happened is that every lesson I had an assignment, apart from the others, that I had to present to them and, you know, teach them as if I am the lecturer. Kante, that's him wanting to spend more time with me. In terms of, prepare yourself.
Hey.
Yeah. So prepare yourself. And then I always had that aside. Each and every lesson in the reason, I always had an assignment until we wrote a test. Was it a test and exam? Something like that.
Yeah.
And then my paper was on top.
And they're gonna go, you know, your academic history. It's always
and everyone
good
knows in the
grades.
class as well
Yeah.
that I'm not a C student, B student.
Yeah,
you know.
always just
You got G, you know.
Hey.
So he then says, anyway, a friend of mine, I'll not mention the friend by name, right? No, I won't mention the friend by name.
Yeah.
He was the first upstairs, and then my paper was on top. I had to go through the file.
Oh, so it's like you just get into class and collect your paper. It's not like the lecturer calls out the names. Or...
No.
That's not nice.
Yeah.
I don't want people seeing my results.
That particular day, it was like that. Your papers are there. Go check for yourself. So he's going through the pile. He's, you know, looking for his
excitement.
Because I'm on top. He obviously goes, Isa failed. Golden child.
Shocker.
Never. So he gets his marks, he signs, he registers. Okay, I got this much. So then it was my turn. As I'm walking up the stairs, he's already up the stairs. I'm like, okay. He's like,
hey, Zala.
Actually, he goes,
I can already imagine him say that.
So you know that when someone says that to you, like,
it's bad.
It's my marks. I'm like, what's going on? Tell me what happened. He's like,
sorry.
But
it is what it is.
He actually says, oh no.
Oh, nobody. Yeah, and there you know what.
So I go straight. I'm like, hey, I go straight. My paper is still on top. I'm like, okay. And a few others have already went up, right?
Yeah.
So as I'm walking towards
the classroom,
everyone is just like,
ooh, okay, what happened this
hey,
time
not this one. I'm like, okay, cool. Oaks. I can see the eyes. I can feel them, actually. Then I get there, I see my paper. I'm like, So when I see them, I look around, I survey for this man. Nerimita corruption. I surveyed for this man, this lecturer that was marking for me, and I don't see him around. I survey. I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, sure. Harriet someone classy. As I walk out after I've signed, right? I walk out of the class. He says, a random student just goes, oh, because I'm mad, dog. I'm mad. I'm mad because I'm like, dude, that's not my mark. Honestly, on God, you can give it to another lecturer to mark, but I don't want to go through that whole process because it's going to be
a long process. Yeah,
it's draining. So I was like, okay, fine. And then I look at the person who was saying that comment. I was like, oh, okay. And then after class, they're like, those are not your marks.
What happened? Yeah, maybe you're going through something.
And then someone actually said it for me. They're like, did you remember that day when the lecturer was doing this, and that? And I was sharing, like, and you said no. That was you publicly rejecting him. I was like, I don't know that.
Yeah.
I know that when a man shallows you, he says, hi, I have interest in you.
Direct. What is a direct thing?
Dude, be intentional in your approach. So he was not. It was like, I want to get to spend time with you through these assignments that I'm giving you, these presentations. You know, he's maneuvering through the whole thing. It's not a straightforward thing. I was like, okay, fine.
Also, I feel like it wasn't a straightforward thing because at the end of the day, he knew it was wrong.
Yes,
It's
true.
not right.
Lecturer was cool.
And then also on that aspect, guys, in university, you're gonna come across such individuals, and it's all about you knowing who you are. If at all you're a student, but not in a bad way, but you are easily manipulated,
Swayed.
naivety. You need to be on the lookout for such people where they can manipulate you, they can convince you. Yeah, so you have to be firm and stand your ground.
Yeah, true. I think also when it comes to like group work, you get to find out that some friends are incompetent.
Yes.
Yeah, so you cut them off.
Immediately, because they're just going to be feeding off your hard work.
Lastly, on the dark side of Varsity, I think there's a lecturer, one specific lecturer that I remember where this man was lecturing. All of a sudden, he just changed the topic.
Yeah.
You know what, guys, sex is overrated. And everyone goes, eh? What do you mean? What do you mean by sex is overrated? So we are quiet in class.
Yeah.
Silence, right? And then he says, yeah, I mean it. Sex is overrated. When me and my wife get into the bedroom, what really happens is that she faces the other way, I face the other way. Ooh,
that's crazy.
Everyone can't say ooh, but that's us, So we go, okay. So we're listening, hey? And then he goes on to say, we only actually talk to each other when the kids are around.
Yeah. I think also that goes a lot to say about mental health. That was practically him sharing his mental health in that moment.
With us.
Hey.
There could be one alternative to this.
Uh-huh.
The wife is probably class.
No.
You know what I mean?
Your language, guys. Your language.
Okay, let me
Hey,
explain.
2K's language. But
What does that mean?
okay.
Clap that mean like she's not good looking, you see. There's this policy.
No, let's not go that far. No,
0 for you.
Let's
Okay.
not go that far.
Cut.
But yeah, on the mental health.
Exactly.
On the mental health issue.
Yeah.
Guys, come on.
Because I think it goes to show how much people are in relationships or marriages that are not.
They're alone in them.
Yes.
They're not. There's no sense of unity.
That will be a topic sometime.
For another day. But also, when we talk about your mental health in university, it comes with your emotions, how you, your social life, your physical life, how you take care of your body, how you dress, a whole lot of things. You're gonna come across individuals that are gonna judge you, criticize you, either compliment you, but your mental health is important. How you're receptive of all the information that is thrown at you is important, guys. When you get to university, you need to define who you are, who you want to be today and at the finish line. It's very important.
Yeah, I think overall, guys, Varsity is a good place to be.
It is.
I mean, don't be scared. Like, yeah, sure, we ended on the dark side of Varsity, but don't be scared. You got this.
Be young at heart.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen to your parents. I know sometimes you have your own voice in your head that's telling you, but I think you are the only one who's experiencing that feeling. And because you are experiencing that, Varsity is a place that shapes you. So honestly, stay woke, and again, stay on top of your academics. Bag that degree. And with that said, we have come to the end of this episode. If it's your first time,
I mean, there is more to talk about, obviously, but guys.
Yeah. Anyway, 18, 16, 16. Yeah. Anyway, guys, so like, if you're first time tuning in, if you're a seasoned listener, we appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for taking time, to keep us company. We appreciate you. Thank you kindly. And you better subscribe.
And to the new students out there, that allowance, be careful.
Yeah.
Save, and save. Otherwise, stay blessed.
Yeah.
Till next time. Otherwise, guys, we are shooting from Permanent in Guest House in Block 3, Gaborone.
Guys, it's so comfy.
It's beautiful. I mean, you can
the scenery as well.
It's beautiful.
Yes. how do you know, double story, yeah. So, so don't miss the next episode. Make sure that you subscribe. Post notification is on, and follow us on our social media.
We have Young Heart Podcast at YouTube.
Yeah.
And we're also on TikTok. Catch us on TikTok. Young Heart Podcast is 708.
So we hope you laughed, you learned, and you felt.
Share, comment, like, and subscribe.
If
If you want to see us live, like I said, Permanent Guest House in Block 3 Gaborone, you will see us here.
yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, guys, we love you. Peace, folks.
you don't even want to leave. Stay blessed. Till next time.
God!